And more news from the president as President Trump's budget is expected to hit Congress later this month. And it has one federal agency in its crosshairs. That agency, the EPA, the agency tasked with protecting public health and the environment, could see its funding cut up to 25%. And this has some critics nervous we may see more disasters like the Flint water crisis. Others see an opportunity for more local oversight. Here to sort it out, two experts, Nicholas Loris, research fellow at the Heritage Foundation, and Bill Becker, executive director of the National Association of Clean Air Agencies. Gentlemen, great to have you. Fair to say, though, Nick, that there's a lot of federal agencies that could have a lot of fat cut out of them. Why isn't the EPA one of them?
Well, they should be one for a whole host of reasons. One, there's an opportunity to rationalize the size and the scope of the government. This is an agency that has far exceeded its statutory authority in promulgating regulations that have increasingly high compliance costs that are passed on to families and businesses for diminishing marginal environmental returns almost to a vanishing point. So there's that opportunity, as well as devolving a lot of responsibilities down to the states who have their own conservation programs and departments of environmental quality that can best respond to communities' needs and responses.
Bill, I'm going to get you to respond to that, but this is an agency that spent $700,000 in Thailand to help reduce methane from swine farms, and $100,000 given to India to look at the feasibility of capturing methane from distillery and winery waste. There's not a lot of fat to be cut out?
There can be some fat to be cut out, but let's put things in perspective. There are 40,000 people who die each year from air pollution.
Wait, how do they die from air pollution? Because they breathe it in and they die all of a sudden? Or?
Because air pollutants cause cancer, because air pollutants cause heart attacks, because air pollutants cause many other toxic impacts. And it's been well documented that more people die from air pollution than die from drunk driving fatalities and from gun violence. That's a fact. Congress enacted the Clean Air Act to try to ameliorate this health problem and gave EPA the resources and the states the resources to do the job. And the problem with the budget cut are three. This budget is going to reduce EPA's authority and staffing and resources by between 20 and 25%. It's going to eliminate 28 very important programs that are bipartisan in nature.
Well, if they're bipartisan, why is Congress going to allow them to be eliminated?
We hope that Congress isn't going to be eliminated, but why is President Trump and Administrator Pruitt supporting that? Many of these programs leverage private money for the federal expenditure. Diesel emissions reductions, Great Lakes restoration, Chesapeake Bay. But may I just say one more point? This is the most important point.
Maybe you should have mentioned that first. I don't know.
Okay, well, President Trump wants to delegate authority away from Washington, D.C., away from EPA to the states. And many people may applaud that. But at the same breath, what the budget is doing is reducing the funding to state and local agencies by 30%. We can't do more with less.
A lot of people would say, Nick, you shouldn't do more with less. You should simply just do less.
You can do a lot less. The climate change programs that the EPA is funding, the regulations, the Clean Power Plan, all of those things should be on the chopping block because, again, it's only going to increase energy bills across the country and make no meaningful difference when it comes to climate impact.
Yeah, and then, that's simply not true.
And when it's absolutely true. The EPA's own cost-benefit analysis has said that those CO2 reductions would be negligible.
Fellas, we got to leave it there. Although certainly part of President Trump saying he's going to put coal miners back to work has a lot to do with this.